Welcome back to the Gun Collective. My name is Jon Patton. Boys and girls, today we are looking at my favorite shotguns. This video is brought to you by our friends at SimpliSafe. They've got this rad holiday deal going on, and I think you guys are going to want to stick around. But in the meantime, there is a link in the description if you want to check them out before we get there. Now, what are these, right? Like, we're going to talk about my favorite shotguns. For those of you that are unaware of this, I love 12-gauge shotguns. I freaking love them. I love them. And we're just going to go through and I'm going to share them with you guys. And I just want to celebrate the cool stuff. All right, so here we go. The reason these two are both on the table is because they're essentially the same action. Up front with the blue receiver is the A400 Extreme. This is a Beretta. This is also a Beretta. I'm a Beretta snob a little bit. I love the Beretta semi-auto shotguns. Now, this one is the first one of their line that I ever bought. And what makes this unique besides, you know, the blue and yada yada, that's cool. It's also got this kickoff system back here. So what that is basically a shock absorber in the rear. So every time you shoot, this collapses and absorbs some of that recoil. It's got this very nice long vent rib, nice wide vent, mid bead, the front bead up sight, extended chokes. This gun right now, as it sits, probably has about 20,000 rounds through it, something crazy like that. I've shot this gun a lot. Not only that, but it's got the Briley trinkets on there, the aftermarket parts. I've got a lot of videos on this particular gun on my old channel. I absolutely love this gun. It's very soft shooting. And that was like the best 12 gauge I had ever shot until I shot this one. Oh, that's stuck on there. That's cute. So this is the Beretta A400 Extreme. This is kind of this taken up another few levels. Now, it's a 3.5-inch gun, which means you can shoot turkey loads, etc. Now, these are older guns, so they've updated these since, but what really stands out to me about this one, not only is it all, you know, crazy camo pattern, yada yada, that's cool and all, and it's coated, it's not going to rust, blah, 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 but this is really what sold me on this. This sort of gasket here is this same recoil system. They sort of move this kickoff system forward. So instead of having the whole stock moving and sort of beating your cheek up as you're shooting, this compresses here and the stock stays still while the whole forward part of the gun moves. It's really ingenious. I think it is. I don't know if it still is, but when I shot this, this was absolutely the best 12 gauge on the market. Again, a very long, I believe these are both 28-inch barrels, and I absolutely love them. I freaking love them. Keeping it moving, we've got the first shotgun I ever bought. This is a Remington 870 Marine Magnum. Now, the Marine part is actually like you think. It's the water. This is electroless nickel plated. So the receiver, the barrel, the magazine tube, etc. are coated so that you have less issues with corrosion. This actually came with black plastic furniture on it, and I hated that, so I wanted to swap it out. So I've got this sort of walnut thing going on in the back here. It's this nice, like, shiny, glossy finish, I guess is the right way to call it. And then I've got the fore end up here that's like the police style, this sort of slotted look. I think they call it like corn cob look. I absolutely love this. Unfortunately, it has had a little bit of damage here. I'm not really sure what caused the chips to come out of there, but it is still a lot of fun. This is absolutely just a freaking great shotgun, if you ask me. It's chambered in 12 gauge, 3-inch chamber. This, I've done an enormous amount of testing with exotic shotgun ammo. So like your flechettes, your mini slugs, your mini buck and ball, that sort of thing. We did a lot of videos with this particular shotgun a long time ago, and it's still sort of my go-to when it comes to that, even with the chips, the sad chips. Look at all the dirt coming out of this thing. This thing is filthy. The holidays are upon us, and you don't want the Grinch to steal Christmas, right? Because of that, SimpliSafe has come up with a special holiday offer for you guys, and we'll get to that in a second. SimpliSafe is an effective, easy-to-use home security system with available 24/7 monitoring that can be used to call the police if need be, tons of sensors for every corner, entrance, and exit of your home, and there are no contracts. Genevieve and I got really interested in home security as we started realizing things are not the same as they used to be, and we wanted to feel more at ease. Not only that, but we have the option to be self-governing, so to speak, and not get the monitoring at all and just handle things ourselves. The setup process was super simple and really, really straightforward.
SimpliSafe on. Home.
We've had our system for a while now and have been able to see the sensors in action working every day, even though we don't really see them in our day-to-day life. They don't like stand out. For us, the peace of mind that this gives us is worth every cent. And like I said, they've got a holiday deal going on right now. If you use our link down in the description or go to SimpliSafe.com/TGC, you'll get 30% off the entire system. That's awesome. Plus, you'll get a free high-def camera. That right there is a good deal. Again, that's SimpliSafe.com/TGC to get in on that holiday deal. Now, back to some shotguns. Man, that thing was really, really dirty. All right, you guys want to hear something funny? This is the same as the first two. So this is another Beretta. This is a 1301 comp. I love the action so much on those other two guns. I bought a third one. This is not how it comes at all. It's got the Lancer extension up here. I'm not sure how many rounds it holds now, but this is sort of the 3-gun setup, even though I've never shot 3-gun. I'm that kind of douche. What is fun about this one is that it's kind of rough and tumble, very straightforward. It's got the mid-bead and the fiber optic front. I love a good mid-bead with the fiber optic front. Honestly, I love it. It's got the extendo charging handle on the side and the extendo release. That's great. If you ask me, these guns all should come that way. And on top of that, it's got this like metallic camo. This pattern is done by Scalpel Arms. And I had Christian do up this sort of like shiny gold, silver look all over it. And if you ask me, I think it looks fantastic. I love it. And it's chambered in 12 gauge 3-inch chamber, just like the rest of them. This one's a lot of fun. It's a little bit shorter, more compact package, especially with the factory magazine tube on there. But yeah, that's the next one. Here we go. More. So I promise, I did not intend on only having Remingtons and Berettas. There's actually another one that's not one of those. This is a Remington 870 that I bought as a firearm. This had that bird's head pistol. It's not really a pistol. It's that bird's head thing out the back. It's not a shotgun by definition. It's not a pistol. It's not a rifle. Blah, blah, blah. I put the brace from SB Tactical on one of these things. And, you know, now I can do this all the time and scare home invaders. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. The reality is I just wanted a tiny little shotgun setup, a 12 gauge setup, and this is a fantastic way to get there. So this next one's a little bit different because it's not one that I've ever shot. Well, at least that I remember shooting. I may have shot this when I was a kid. I don't really remember it. This is an Ithaca 16 gauge. I believe it's a Model 37 Featherlight. This one actually belonged to my dad. It is worn. It's worn. It's an old shotgun. I'm not sure how old, but it is something that matters to me. It's really interesting because I never quite understood. There's like this big gap here. I don't know if this stocking belongs on this thing. The stock is no longer fitting correctly, and otherwise it's a cool gun. A 16 gauge is not something that everybody has, and having an old one that belonged to a family member makes this one cool. I know it's a little bit on the beat up side, and I probably should take some time to fix that, but I don't know that I'll ever shoot it. Either way, really cool. All right, so we're going to end on this one. Now, there are other shotguns here, but they were brought here, sent here for ads. And I know a lot of you guys out there think that everybody on YouTube is a shill and yada, yada, yada. So I decided today we're going to leave those out. They're not like from my personal collection, so to speak. So here is where we end. Now, this is far and away, even though it's not the best, this is my favorite 12 gauge shotgun. The reason is because I learned the most behind this shotgun. I learned how to shoot a moving target. I can hunt birds very well, if you ask me. That's a cocky thing to say, but I don't care. I love shooting birds with this, clay and reel. And this is a fantastic shotgun to do it with. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out our sponsor, SimpliSafe. Awesome, awesome deal there. The link is again in the description. You guys have probably heard that a few times by now in this video. I also want to say, if you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more videos just like this one about our collections, mine, Genevieve's, whatever, we'll get into it. I just gotta know, hit the like button. And of course, if you want to see more gun-related videos, gun news, gun politics, etc., here on The Gun Collective, be sure to get subscribed and hit the notification bell. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon.